Carrington, locally owned and operated by I3G Media.
It's time to find out what's going on in Carrington Cardinals athletics. Now, live from the Prairie Inn in Carrington, here is BJ Walters.
For the first time in 2025, welcome in. It is the Carrington Coaches Show, live from Prairie Inn Restaurant and Bakery on KDAK. The Cardinal on the mobile app, on your smart speaker, and I promise coming up soon on the YouTube page, although the YouTube page is acting all sorts of funny, so we may have in the new year. And of course, while we are at Prairie Inn, there are specials going on. The omelet special, the Philly omelet, roast beef, onions, mushrooms, green peppers, and Swiss cheese in a 3-egg omelet served with pancakes or toast. And of course, we've also got the prime rib sandwich for the sandwich special for $8.99. Well, you've heard our promos for a couple of weeks talking about how much we've got to get caught up on. Let's jump right in. Our first guest is the head basketball coach for Carrington Girls Basketball, Andy Broughton. And Coach, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, BJ.
Well, it's been a very good stretch of basketball for your girls in terms of getting results. We'll take it sort of chronologically. You hosted the Carrington Holiday Shootout, and that's an event that, from everything I gather talking to you and Coach Otto, that event is going nowhere anytime soon because teams absolutely love coming to Carrington, and certainly the JV part of that, as we've talked about, is a big factor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a lot of minutes. We've talked to the other coaches, and instead of traveling with 12, why don't you travel with 16 and get all those kids some playing time? And they really appreciate that. And you know, Carrington, we have a nice facility where the gyms are, 100 feet apart, and simple walk gets you down to the JV gym. And so, yeah, they're pretty pleased. And it's not, by all reports, I think everybody's coming back. We haven't confirmed it with ADs yet, but preliminary, it sounds like everybody wants to come back.
So on the court, the Hazen game, another just outstanding defensive performance. That was very much a game that it can sometimes look that way in the stop-start nature of this sport, but 48-24, another solid defensive game.
Correct. We know we had to lock in. Their guards do dribble drive fairly well, so we had to lock in on their strong hand, and we didn't give them a lot of attempts, and our pressure and our depth kind of did the trick down the road. And but their guards are solid, and they showed it the next night when they beat Northern Cass.
So your second night, I really want to key in on this game because this is a good Dickinson Trinity team with the issues that Shiloh Christian are having with injuries. It could be a Dickinson Trinity team that you see at the state tournament in Minot, and yet in the second half, just such a well-played third and fourth quarter by your team. You turn a 3-point lead into a 28-point win.
Yeah, we passed the ball well, and we had some nice back cuts, and again, our depth, I think, really showed up, as, second game for them in 2 days, and as with us. But, when you go deeper, you can handle those 2 games in 2 days type of thing. And I think our depth really did a solid job there. But we had some really good passing. And, of course, when you have good passing, you get pretty good looks.
You look at your team defensively this whole season. One thing that in my break, being able to study a little bit more of the numbers. You're so good defensively in the second half. That tends to show a maturity with the basketball team because in the first half, you're defending at the end of the court where your bench is at. They can communicate to you very well. Second half, you're kind of on your own, and your girls are defending outstanding after halftime.
It is kind of a read and react skill, and our kids are pretty quick. They're all in multiple sports, and all those multiple sports help your quickness. And we have pretty good basketball IQ kids that know how to cut somebody off and then know how to double team quick, but then recover. So we're able to do some things defensively. Against Hazen, we did show some zone press, and that was helpful, down the road if we have to do some of those things. But Trinity's effort was on par with the rest of them, where the depth and the man pressure and full court pressure kind of helped us out.
So then you go to Hillsborough on Friday night. We were talking before we started. If you go back and watch that game, it's just so uncharacteristic. Now, part of it is Mark Coots gets hurt early on in the game. But part of it was, even in the win over Hillsborough at home, it wasn't the easiest offensive game. Again, they kind of made it a little difficult.
Yeah, and you got to credit Hillsborough with that. They play solid defense. They're very athletic. They've had a lot of success volleyball and softball wise. So they've got some athletic kids. But they'll put some runs together. We just didn't shoot the ball very well. And if we hit those free throws early, instead of a 12-point lead, maybe it's up there a little bit more. And you're kind of lucky to get out of there with the win. But on the positive sense, when the score's tied 34-34, we scored 11 last points of the game, and our seniors really stepped up. Eden, Cadence, and Isabel hit some big shots down the stretch, and they really showed their composure. Our huddles were really good and calm, and they were focused in the last 11 minutes, even though things weren't going our way. They did a job in the last 2-3 minutes.
A lot of teams would get frustrated in a game like that. 5 of 21 on free throws, a bunch of missed layups. Did you ever sense any frustration?
Yeah, maybe, but you just got to roll with the punches sometimes, and the calmer you get, the calmer they'll get, and when things get tense, you got to get calmer.
So now you've got a week where it's Lisbon coming in here on Friday. There's an expectation when you play Lisbon and states that you'll get a win, but tomorrow night's a really interesting game. This is a rugby program that 2 years ago was in overtime of a state semifinal against Central Cass. And more recently, 3 weeks ago, they lost to Devils Lake by 3. So it must be a really nice challenge coming in here tomorrow night.
Yes, absolutely. Jen always does a good job with the rugby program. Always athletic. Those kids get out for other sports, just kind of like our kids. And we've always had real good games with them through the years. And their length is going to present a problem. We're going to have to shoot the ball a lot better than we did Friday. But just handling the ball, maybe put some pressure on them, we can get into some easy layups.
And then you, next week, of course, get back into region play with 4 games. And I know you guys are a day-to-day program, but the enticing possibility of maybe earning yourselves a bye in the regional tournament if you just keep winning. That's a big goal to chase.
Well, again, we're day to day, like you said. Those things you really don't have control over because you're looking at other teams how they're playing each other. All we kind of focus in on is getting better ourselves. And our focus is rugby tomorrow. We know we have a good effort. We'll be okay. But rugby brings in a lot of good skills and, like I said, a lot of length, a lot of play pretty good defense. And, they showed against Devils Lake, look at break pressure. So we have to be on top of things tomorrow.
Absolutely. 6:45 air time right here on KDK the Cardinal. Coach Andy Brock, good enough to lead off 2025. You set a high bar, Coach. I don't know that anyone would match it. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Thank you, BJ.
When we come back, we will continue as the Coaches Show rolls on in just a moment.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience, and we are from here, so we know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Let Bickett Insurance give you a free proposal from Auto Owners Insurance or one of our many other partners. Give Bickett Insurance a call at 652-1775 today.
Effortlessly manage your farm fertility with Verify. Verify takes yield data directly from your combine and instantly generates variable rate fertility maps based on your nutritional goals. Whether it's building soil, balancing nutrition, or maintaining fertility. And with full integration with John Deere Operations Center, Verify can send recommendations directly to application equipment, no matter the color. For more information on Verify, talk to your hefty agronomist and keep your farm moving.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at dakotacentral.com.
Carrington sports fans, want to stay on top of all the local action? Catch what you missed by checking out the Foster County Independent. From game-changing plays to memorable moments, we've got you covered with the most in-depth sports coverage in town. And don't miss our stunning photo galleries that capture every thrilling moment and winning smile. For the latest scores, stories, and stunning sports shots, grab your copy of the Foster County Independent today or visit us online at fosterconews.com.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
It's the Carrington Coach Show. 2020 kind of debut on the Cardinal and on the YouTube page. Should make mention of what people on YouTube can see, but if you're on radio, here's a shot. You can't see it. There's ways to contact us here on the show. You can text my phone, 218-553-1246. You can email bj@newsdakota.com. We're on Facebook, KDAK 1600 Carrington, and on X at KDAK, the Cardinal. Well, we are joined by the MVP of the Ramsey County Boys Basketball Tournament. Had a great weekend, averaged 23 a game, shot the ball incredibly well. Runner-up finish for Carrington in that tournament. I'm talking about senior guard Josh Pickett, of course. Josh, congratulations on the award. And congratulations, we'll hear from Coach Otto later. But that was a really good weekend for you guys.
Yeah, thanks, BJ. It was a really good weekend. I mean, we came into the tournament knowing that we could definitely do well if we played our best. So we got those first two games, and we were hoping for the third. But, you know, it happens. Devils Lake is a good team, so.
You are a veteran player, and what that means is you were a leader last year when Coach Otto was just starting, just trying to get his ideas and his philosophies passed down to you guys. It seems to me, and I'm just a broadcaster, you'll be able to tell me much more accurately, seems to me like you guys now have a firm grasp on what this basketball philosophy is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just been awesome to see, honestly, because, you know, Coach Otto came in last year, and I was a junior, and he just came in, you know, you got to work hard, play defense, get rebounds, you'll be fine. So as like last year went on, we kept getting better, and even this year it was just a big step up for us and really implementing that philosophy of his.
You guys shoot the ball so well from deep. You hit double-digit threes in multiple games. How big a part of Coach Otto's philosophy is the three-point shot?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. His philosophy isn't necessarily a three-point shot, but a lot of our guys on the team are very good at shooting threes. Like Taylor Maring's been shooting the ball really well. Maddox has been shooting the ball really well. So, you know, it's not necessarily his philosophy, but it's kind of what we're just good at. So we've been doing it well.
And you're playing fast. Like, I've gone back and looked at some film from last year. You can tell when a team is comfortable and confident in what they're doing. You guys were still learning it last year. This year, you look like you're confident in it. You're going to go out and run. And if the team isn't ready, it's going to be like a couple of these games. They're going to get run out of the gym.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of our biggest things is just run and run. And teams aren't going to necessarily be able to keep up with us. I mean, we're a pretty small team if you look compared to all the other Class A teams in the state. But yeah, we'll run you out of the gym if you can't keep up.
Your small team that still rebounds incredibly well. I mean, you're averaging over 6 a game, and Coach Otto's talked about, you know what, this team has kind of proved that size is it's great to have it if you got it. But if you guys are able to rebound with teams the way that you've been able to the last 2 weeks, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, size isn't the most important thing, and we've kind of shown that over the last couple of weeks. So if we just keep doing what we're doing, we'll be just fine.
You have a very keen eye for what's going on around. Where have you seen the biggest growth from your teammates this year?
I'd honestly just say like defensively and just like working hard, flying around, because well, last year we weren't very good defensively, and then this year, everyone's in help, everyone's in gap, they're doing everybody's job. It's going really well.
So this week is kind of a fun week. You've got New Rockford. They're undefeated. They're number 5 in the state in Class B. And they probably want a little revenge on you guys from a year ago. That should be a really fun game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know we're very excited, and I'm sure Rockford is just as excited as we are. So we're really excited for that game. We've been looking forward to it for basically the whole year.
And then you get an opportunity. It's a very cool opportunity to play at the Jamestown Civic Center on Friday afternoon and play in a game where, with fear of putting my foot in my mouth, you're going to be a heavy favorite going into that game. Have you ever played at the Civic Center? And if you have, what's it like?
Yeah, I have. I played there my freshman and sophomore year quite a bit because regionals was there, districts was there, and we played in a tournament there. So I played there quite a bit, but the rest of our team hasn't played there at all. So it's going to be a fun experience, and we're excited for it. It's a different place to play just because of how big it is. So like the background, it's just a weird place to shoot in, but once you get comfortable with it, it's a fun place to play.
On that note, I'm so glad you went there, because on that note, everyone thinks of when you're shooting around before your game, or when you're shooting around at halftime of the game before you're just messing around. But in a place like the Civic Center, you've got to get used to that depth perception.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot different than, say, playing in the gym here, because the wall's just right behind the backboard, and you're just not used to it at all. And with, honestly, the three-point lines they have, that also makes it a lot different.
I got a feeling that won't deter you guys
No.
from shooting playing out there.
No.
So you guys already have 5 wins. You're playing very well right now. What do you see as the biggest key to getting one of these Region 2 teams that you quote-unquote shouldn't be getting?
Yeah, I'd say defensively and rebounding, because if we're not going to be able to rebound because they're all bigger than us, if we're not able to rebound, they're just going to get easy buckets after easy buckets. So we're going to have to defend well and play good defense, and our offense will just come with that. So.
Been a big week for you as well. You're wearing the NDSU hoodie.
Yes.
Might have a direction you're thinking for college.
Yeah, I think so. I've been accepted into the pharmacy program there, so yeah, I'm excited.
So you're probably just dying for me to stop talking. You're on lunch again. As you continue to watch your teammates, we'll sort of finish up with this. As you continue to watch your teammates grow and everything, I asked Coach Otto this, and he said he wanted to focus on the here and now, but Maddox is an underclassman. Andrew Mack, who's coming along very nice, underclassman. Alec Redgold, underclassman. Taylor Mary, underclassman. How excited are you about where Carrington boys basketball is headed?
Yeah, I'm excited for them. I mean, they've already made crazy and big improvements from last year, so this is all their first years of varsity, basically. So they've just improved a lot, and I'm excited for what they're going to do.
Thursday, we will have it right here on YouTube. Friday, we will have it right here on YouTube. At New Rockford, Cheyenne, and then against Napoleon Gackle Streeter. And a week from tonight, Kyle will have the game, the rematch with Griggs Midcoda. Let's keep it rolling, Josh.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thanks, BJ.
That is senior guard Josh Bickett. We'll come back and talk a little wrestling. We'll do that with Josh Curveball, and we'll do that right after this as the Carrington Coaches Show continues in a moment.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
Carrington sports fans, want to stay on top of all the local action? Catch what you missed by checking out the Foster County Independent. From game-changing plays to memorable moments, we've got you covered with the most in-depth sports coverage in town. And don't miss our stunning photo galleries that capture every thrilling moment and winning smile. For the latest scores, stories, and stunning sports shots, grab your copy of the Foster County Independent today or visit us online at fosterconews.com.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at dakotacentral.com.
Effortlessly manage your farm fertility with Verify. Verify takes yield data directly from your combine and instantly generates variable rate fertility maps based on your nutritional goals. Whether it's building soil, balancing nutrition, or maintaining fertility. And with full integration with John Deere Operations Center, Verify can send recommendations directly to application equipment, no matter the color. For more information on Verify, talk to your hefty agronomist and keep your farm moving.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience, and we are from here, so we know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Let Bickett Insurance give you a free proposal from Auto Owners Insurance or one of our many other partners. Give Bickett Insurance a call at 652-1775 today.
We are back here at Prairie Restaurant Bakery. It's the Carrington Coaches Show on KDAK, the Cardinal, and the YouTube page. Don't forget the daily special, a chicken and wild rice dinner served with vegetable and dinner roll or toast. The evening special, a chicken cordon bleu pasta with garlic toast and dinner salad or a cup of soup. Carrington Boys Wrestling is getting ready to go to Castleton. They also just took part in a really big event. Coach Josh Curveball is joining us. Coach, I mean, here we go, back half of the season now. Before you know it, 6 weeks from now, you'll be in Fargo at the state meet.
Yeah, I think it's like, 5 weeks, and then we have region duels, then next week's individual regions, and then state. So it's,
goes by fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you guys took part in the Rumble, and for people who don't know about this event, this is a premier event.
Yeah, this is a tournament that has 60 plus teams from all over the region, 20 some mats at the Fargo Dome, 2 days long. And then they have youth duels and then youth individuals. So it's so we can bring our whole entire wrestling community. Basically, we can bring our youth and and it's not just a varsity tournament. Okay, it's a varsity tournament, it's a JV tournament, and like I just mentioned, it's a youth dual tournament and then a youth individual tournament. So what you have is the ability to wrestle everybody and they also have the girls now, so you can pretty much wrestle the entire community. And for us, which is sort of typical for a lot of the towns, is we put in, we only put 3 guys in the varsity, and then we dumped everyone else into the JV division. And why would you do that, do you say? Well, because it's that tough. We've had state champions that didn't place in it. So it just depends. That's more than once. So it just depends on who you run into, and there's a little bit of luck involved with the draw and stuff like that. Basically I have a rule that if you've placed in state, then I'll put you into the varsity division. If not,
Makes sense.
or if you're, young and up and coming and have, you deserve to be in there. For sure, we put you up there. But so we injured Nick Carter, who placed last year in state. He ended up getting 8th overall. He was our highest placer in the varsity. And then Sky Cromlick, who was 2-2, and Drew Carr was 2-2, so they were a match away. They wrestled well. It's just you can't make any mistakes. Can't make enough mistakes if you want to place. It's tough. And then we put in the JV division. We had Gabe English, who placed second. He was this close away from winning, and he probably should have won it. Made a few mistakes mentally and technically, so 2 bad things he did once. But he was right there. I think he's only going to get better. He's a really, really good youth junior high wrestler. Chase Stedman, he went 1-2. Rich Cromlin went 3-2. Mason Cook, he went 3-3. Leighton Savage 0-2. Jackson Wilson 5-2. Talon Wolski 1-2. Crew Wolski 3-2. And then at 172, Max Chiabra-Toronto, he ended up placing 7th. So he had quite a few matches. He had a lot of matches as well. Jacob Heinrichs 2-2, Billy Jorgensen 0-2, Kirby Freeman 2-2, and Charles Jorgensen 1-2. So if you look at that, there was, almost every single guy had at least 1 win, if not more than 1 win. So I was happy overall. And like I said, a lot of these schools do similar things to what we do, where they put a huge amount of their team into the JV. It's massive compared to the varsity size-wise for how many people are in it.
So you guys get all these matches in during the tournament. I mean, that's got to be beneficial just, from a conditioning standpoint and the opportunity to, you see something as a coach, you tell your kid to work on this, and immediately they get to work on it.
For sure. And then you get to see different styles, and Minnesota's particularly pretty good on turns on top and stuff like that, and expose weaknesses. You can take some notes, discuss with your coaches, and we definitely had a list of things to work on today.
So you come out of that. Now you're getting ready to go to, shocker, another really good meet, and this is in Castleton. Central Cass, their program is really good. Travis always does a good job over there, and this year's field is kind of loaded.
Yeah, last year was the first year for us going to that tournament. And it is tough. Okay, there's a lot of the best teams in Class B are there. There's good teams from Minnesota there. There's good teams from South Dakota there. I'll read the names quick. Bishop Ryan, Britton Hecla, us, Carrington, Central Cass, Delax Burlington, Lewis and Clark, Ellendale, Edgerly, Colum, Frazee, Grafton, Harvey Wills County, Hillsborough, Kindred, Lemoore, Larimore, Lisbon, Mayport, Clifford, Gills, MPCG, Napoleon, New York Mills, Northern Cass, Northern Lights, Northwood, Oaks, Pembina County North, Roseau, Rugby, South Border, Thompson, Webster, West Fargo, Cheyenne, JV. So you got the Frazee's going to be good. I'll just tell you who I think is going to do good anyway. These are the teams to watch out for. Probably Frazee. Kindred's pretty good. Lisbon's going to be good. Northern Lights is good. Oaks is good. South Border, and I'm not sure about Webster, but sometimes they have been good in the past, so they could be good.
And you look at it, this rumble that you just had, then this tournament, you got Storehouse coming up. I mean, the back half of this schedule really is challenging. You're going to get to see pretty much exactly where your guys are going in the regions.
Well, we definitely will run into a lot of the Class B upper echelon guys, and then we're going to run into like some of the teams here we won't ever see again until next year. The ones that are out of state, carry maybe even some Class A. But
like running into, say a guy from South Border during the regular season to get a feel for how they rust.
Yeah, for sure. And then, this isn't the first time we've seen them this year, so we're gonna, it's just the way it is. You see a lot of those teams like it could be 3 to 5 times a year, depending on the luck of the draw.
My goodness, it's really entertaining. Now, one programming though, we'll have this tournament Saturday at 10 a.m. on KDAK and the Cardinal, and it begins a stretch where we will have wrestling every weekend for the next 5 weekends, be it girls wrestling or boys wrestling. We will have it for you every Saturday morning at 10 a.m., certainly during the month of January and on into February. When you get to the back half of the schedule, does anything change for a coach?
I would say, you're constantly just solving little problems that guys have made, and it's still, you don't really sheer too far away from the basics. It's just these guys are here's a little trend of some things we can fix, and this guy's we had to work on this, but it's still going to be your core basic skills and shots and front headlocks and turns and making sure you're good on bottom, making sure you're in good shape. Try not to veer too far off the path, otherwise it turns into a waste of time. But
Well, we will see you over in Central Cass, Dennisville on Saturday, and we'll talk to you next Monday. Thanks, Coach.
Good, thanks, BJ.
The head coach of Josh Turnbull joining us. We'll talk Carrington Girls Wrestling with Mark Pasternak when the Carrington Coaches Show continues in a moment.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
Carrington sports fans, want to stay on top of all the local action? Catch what you missed by checking out the Foster County Independent. From game-changing plays to memorable moments, we've got you covered with the most in-depth sports coverage in town. And don't miss our stunning photo galleries that capture every thrilling moment and winning smile. For the latest scores, stories, and stunning sports shots, grab your copy of the Foster County Independent today or visit us online at fosterconews.com.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at dakotacentral.com.
Effortlessly manage your farm fertility with Verify. Verify takes yield data directly from your combine and instantly generates variable rate fertility maps based on your nutritional goals. Whether it's building soil, balancing nutrition, or maintaining fertility. And with full integration with John Deere Operations Center, Verify can send recommendations directly to application equipment, no matter the color. For more information on Verify, talk to your hefty agronomist and keep your farm moving.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience, and we are from here, so we know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Let Bickett Insurance give you a free proposal from Auto Owners Insurance or one of our many other partners. Give Bickett Insurance a call at 652-1775 today.
We are at Prairie Restaurant and Bakery. It is the Carrington Coaches Show on KDS Carnival on the mobile app, smart speaker, and on YouTube. This programming reminder, tomorrow night we've got girls basketball, no video, but then Thursday night and Friday afternoon, video with boys basketball, and then Friday night back at home, no video with girls basketball. And now that you've remembered absolutely none of that, and I don't blame you, we're joined by Carrington girls wrestling coach Mark Pasternak, and Paz, you guys have been plenty busy during the holidays. While most of us, are taking a break, you guys are competing at South Border and in the Rumble yourselves.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. Our schedule is kind of like the boys. We wrestled right before Christmas there. We were at South Border, they were at Lytton, and then practiced quite a few days over the Christmas vacation, and then we were at the Rumble last Thursday and Friday. So yeah, we've been busy. So
that South Border tournament, just looking at the score, South Border amongst Class B teams, looks like they won it in Lisbon, Kenmare, Bellsburg Central, and then you guys fourth amongst Class B teams.
Yeah, we did all right there. I was missing a couple of girls there that we normally have in the lineup, so that kind of hurt our total score. But for the most part, we did all right. When I say we did all right, maybe I'd be fibbing just a little bit. Was kind of disappointed in that tournament a little bit. We were doing the little things like sprawling stuff in the head, peeling the half. We really worked on the little things. Like I was listening to Coach Kerbach talking about tweaking little things, and it's always going back to tweaking the basics. And we really worked on it over Christmas vacation. So when we did head to the Rumble, I thought that we did a lot better job with the basics. And when it comes to wrestling, a lot of times the basics actually win. Sprawling stuff in the head, half Nelsons, peeling, things like that. And I thought we wrestled a lot more aggressive when we went to Fargo. And Fargo, like Coach Kerbach said, it's a huge tournament. I believe I had heard that it is supposed to be the largest high school sanctioned wrestling tournament in the nation, with over 2,000 kids, boys and girls. So that's it.
So Coach Kerbach made mention of something where he says the youth are able to get.
So Thursday, and then Friday is the varsity and JV happens, and then Friday morning the youth duels start already, and there's probably 400 or 500 kids there, and then on Saturday the youth individual actually starts. So yeah, it's a mix of high school, junior high, varsity, JV, and then the youth. So that 2,000 doesn't even include the youth that happened on Friday morning and Saturday morning also.
And in a town like Carrington, I would imagine the opportunity for the youth was taken to
Yeah, this year I believe the pit crew didn't necessarily start their season yet. So they usually have a dual team in that division, and they didn't this year. But I know on Saturday there was a few kids that actually wrestled in the tournament. But yeah, most of the time it is a full squad of all the way from little kids all the way up to the high school that are participating in that tournament. So
now overall, lots of teams there. You finished 21st.
Yeah, and again, I was still missing a few girls that were in Christmas vacation. So we ended up taking 21st out of 61 teams. Again, I was fairly impressed with the girls. Like I said, it is a very, very tough tournament. You got teams from South Dakota, Minnesota, North Dakota. They come from all over, and like I said, most of our girls pick up 1 or 2 wins on the day. I've seen some improvement from South Border to the Rumble, which is what you always want to see from each week. Just some improvements. So,
I mean, I'm looking at some of the names on this list. I'm very familiar with how good that prevention program is, having spent time out there. I know how good Aberdeen Central is, and then you've got Legacy, Bismarck, Minot, Grand Forks, Mandan. So among proper Class B teams, you only finished behind Pembina County North, and it looks like that's it.
Yeah, if we had our full squad, we might have finished close to the top 10, 11. I think that's kind of where we were last year. When you miss some of your better girls, not scoring any points, that does really hurt you. But, I think, from the south border, I kind of kept track of our wins and losses of that. On the day, we went 23-23, which may not sound great, but most of the top teams were there. And then at the Rumble, we I think I figured that out. We were 20-26.
That's not bad.
No, it's not. And we have a really, really young, I shouldn't say a really young team, but we have a mix of young ones. Some girls have been on for a while, and then, we only have 2 seniors. So we have a fairly young squad. So in that tournament, you see a lot of good kids. We ended up having 2 kids that made it to the second day. Jasmine Navarro and Asa Reinke made to the second day, and Jasmine ended up taking 5th. She ended up taking 4th, excuse me, and she ended up being 5-2. So she had 7 matches between the 2 days. So, and she actually made it to the semifinals with Alexis Snyder, and gave Alexis Snyder her best match. She's already a 3-time state champion. We ended up getting pinned in the 3rd period, but that was her best match of the whole tournament. So Jasmine had a really good tournament. So, and then Asa ended up losing in the first round on the second day, not to place, but most girls there end up getting 1 or 2 wins on the day. So it was, I thought it was a really good showing, and we just need to continue to get better and want to get better every week, and going into a regional tournament and try to qualify as many kids as we can for the state tournament. So,
and the next step of preparation for that is out west of us in Bismarck.
Yes, Bismarck Rotary. We will be going back to that. It is a all-day Friday and most day on Saturday tournament, so we will be heading back out there, and that is a pretty big tournament. I know, like for our tournament, we had about 255 girls in our tournament. Now the Rumble had just a shade under 500, and I would expect the Rotary is probably going to have 250 to 300 girls, probably maybe a little over 300, somewhere around there. So yeah, it's a big tournament, and it's a good tournament also. So.
And 1 week from Saturday, we will be with Coach Pasternak and the girls as they are in Lisbon for the girls' version of the Storehog tournament. And again, just like it was for the boys, you got about 6 weeks until the state tournament. So
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. At the beginning of the season kind of drags on a little bit. We start, Veterans Day, and 2-3 weeks we finally get into competition. But after Christmas, there honestly isn't there isn't a whole lot of time. Usually about 3-4 tournaments, and then we got regional duels, regional individual, and state. So yeah, there's only about six weekends left, which seems hard to believe already. So
absolutely. Well, Coach, good luck in Bismarck, and we will see you next Monday. Thanks for stopping
all right,
by.
sounds good. Thank you.
The head coach of Carrington and Girls Wrestling, Mark Pasternak, stopping by. When we come back, Jason Otto, the head boys basketball coach of the Cardinals, will join us on the Carrington Coach Show.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
Carrington sports fans, want to stay on top of all the local action? Catch what you missed by checking out the Foster County Independent. From game-changing plays to memorable moments, we've got you covered with the most in-depth sports coverage in town. And don't miss our stunning photo galleries that capture every thrilling moment and winning smile. For the latest scores, stories, and stunning sports shots, grab your copy of the Foster County Independent today or visit us online at fosterconews.com.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and experience IQ today at dakotacentral.com.
Effortlessly manage your farm fertility with Verify. Verify takes yield data directly from your combine and instantly generates variable rate fertility maps based on your nutritional goals. Whether it's building soil, balancing nutrition, or maintaining fertility. And with full integration with John Deere Operations Center, Verify can send recommendations directly to application equipment, no matter the color. For more information on Verify, talk to your hefty agronomist and keep your farm moving.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience, and we are from here, so we know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Let Bickett Insurance give you a free proposal from Auto Owners Insurance or one of our many other partners. Give Bickett Insurance a call at 652-1775 today.
Yeah. Welcome to 2025. It is Carrington Coach Show. I do Prairie and Restaurant and Bakery. Sorry, there. It's 9, so and get some dinner. You can also see all the roads if you're watching on YouTube to contact us right there at the bottom of the screen. We've got a full night tonight. We're talking a lot of basketball and a little bit of wrestling as well. And we're starting the evening by talking to the head coach of Carrington boys basketball, Jason Otto, his team, 5-3 on the year, coming off of a very good weekend where they got the runner-up at the Ramsey County tournament, and Josh Bickett was named tournament MVP. Coach, all in all, not a bad little holiday break you guys had.
No, it was good. It was a good holiday break, and the kids played really well, and we played some good teams, and we were fortunate enough to come out on top, and it was a fun week.
Let's go back to your home meets, your home invitational. You got 2 wins against Medrose and against Rockford City, and also it was an invitational, and Coach Broughton has talked about this. A lot of people like being a part of it because the JVs also get to play. So how would you assess that weekend, a 2-0 weekend for you guys?
Yeah, it was a good weekend, and it's always fun when you can get those teams together, and it's nice to play at home and in front of a home crowd. So some of the people over the holidays get to see the kids play, and it's kind of nice, especially with family around and everything. So, yeah, it was real good. And, the JVs, they had a good weekend also. They came away with 2 wins, so it was good for both squads. I mean, we really had a good weekend. Kids played hard and, responded in some good situations where, watched the game, we had to battle, and it was a good game. So I was very proud of the way the kids played.
You're in your second year as head coach, and any coach in their first year has to work through the kids kind of understanding the system that they're trying to implement. It certainly appears, this being year 2 of your system, the kids have a really good handle on it, and the offensive execution these last couple of weeks has been pretty good.
Yeah, the kids are responding real well, and, we're able to probably do a few more things on offense this year than we could last year, and we still have the same philosophy. It's just we're able to knock down some more shots, and the kids are really responding to when we try to make adjustments in practice and bring up new things, and the kids are really doing a good job there. And I think sometimes we don't quite get it from the clipboard to the court, as they say, during the game. So, we got some work to do on that. But offensively, the kids have been really doing a good job, and their floor spacing is good. They're moving the ball well. We want to play fast, and we want to try to, because of our lack of size and physicality in some positions, we need to make sure that we're playing fast and getting up and down the floor and trying to get a few easy ones. And, stress defense over and over every day. I mean, the kids are probably sick of hearing it, but, that's really what's kept us in a few of these games. And, I mean, not that we don't have breakdowns. I mean, in that Griggs Mid-Coda game over the weekend, we came out the third quarter and, we weren't quite as sharp. And then, it's the way the game always goes. You get a few calls and kids got a little hesitant instead of just, keeping the pressure on them. I think they were worried about picking up a foul, and then they settled back in again there in the fourth, and we got things going. So through the course of the whole thing, the kids have been playing really well.
You mentioned playing fast. Part of playing fast, I think it kind of goes hand in hand in basketball, is you guys are sharing the basketball really nicely. Your assist numbers are pretty high.
They are, and our turnover numbers have been low. So, I mean, that's been a good thing. Our turnovers are right around that 10 mark, and if you can keep it between 10 and 12, I mean, you're doing quite well, I think. And rebounding, we've been holding our own. We're not a physically a big team, so our kids got to do a good job of attacking the glass and making sure that we are boxing out, and for the most part, we've done a pretty good job. I mean, offensively too, like you said, the kids are very unselfish and they share the ball and look up the floor, and we're always looking for those easy transition buckets if we can get them, and that really helps if we can get a few of those and make the offense just seem to click along a little bit better, and everybody's confidence seems to go up a little bit.
The head coach of Carrington boys basketball, Jason Otto, joining us on the Carrington Coaches Show. So you went to the Ramsey County tournament on this past weekend, had a really nice win in the quarterfinal round. Then you faced Griggs Mid-Coda, and I'm sure you guys would have preferred it be North Star because you faced Griggs Mid-Coda a week from tonight. But you took care of them and then fell in the championship game to the Devils Lake JV. Certainly another positive weekend for you guys as you now get into the teeth of this schedule.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a good weekend for us, and a good weekend for the boys. I mean, they had to play through some things, and it was good, and we haven't really been in a lot of situations, the way our record was last year.
So
and
on Thursday night, Friday afternoon,
a lot of these guys weren't playing a lot of minutes. So, I mean, for a lot of these guys, this is
Thursday
the first
night,
part of the time they've really had, and each game we learn a little bit more, and hopefully we get a little bit better. So as we go along, I mean, throughout that whole weekend, I felt like we improved. We had the first game, we came out, and I think our defensive pressure kind of caught them by surprise a little bit, and we were able to really push tempo on them, and that's what we were hoping to do. And came out with a win there against Nelson County, and then against Griggs Mid-Coda. I mean, like you say, we play them in a week, so I'm sure they learned things about us that they didn't know before, probably. So now when we play them this next time, it's going to be a battle. I mean, anytime you play a team twice like that, it's, in a short number of days, it's going to be a battle. So that's going to be a different game the next time we play them at home. And the boys, however, in that game, I thought really did a good job because we were able to come out right away, and I think we caught them off guard a little bit with our pressure, and were able to get up and down the floor. And then, like I say, we had a little bit of a lead going into half, and we came out. We told the guys, hey, we gotta put our foot on the gas. They're gonna make what basketball is. It's a game of runs, and you gotta sustain the other team's run. Anyway, we were able to do that, and then kind of took the lead back there towards the end of the game, and it worked out real well. And going into Devil's Lake game, I mean, we knew that was gonna be a tough one. I mean, they're not your typical JV squad, they're really talented, and lots of juniors on the floor there. And I mean, like that Palmer kid, he's tough, and he'd play on most teams in the state, on their varsity. So I mean, we came away with, learning some things out of that team, and hopefully we can move forward with that going into the rest of our schedule.
And the schedule, the rest of it, begins on Thursday night at New Rockford Cheyenne. This is an undefeated state-ranked Class B basketball team. You'll be able to watch the game on this KDAK, the Cardinal YouTube page, as well as listen to it on the radio. Coach, this is one of the games that you guys were able to get last year. It came in overtime, a 2-point win. Everything seems to start for the Rockets with Bennett Meyer, but what do you make of this version of New Rockford Cheyenne in 2024-25?
Oh, they're tough. And they're going to be tough matchups for us, too. You know, I mean, they're pretty long, and they're get good height, and they're long, like I said, and they're able to put a little defensive pressure on teams, too, with that height and length. So it's going to be a tough game for us. And, the Meyer kid, the Benz kid, I mean, Simon, and others. I mean, Jacobson kid last year, they do their roles very well, and they feed off of each other really well. And, they're used to winning coming from, the football season rolling into this. I mean, last year we were able to sneak one out in Carrington, and, I'm sure they're waiting to repay us this year. So we're going to have to be ready to go. And, kids are looking forward to it too. I feel like, even though they pose us the matchup problems, I think we do for them too. So I think it should be a good game. I think it's going to be a really good game and up-tempo game, and we'll, see how it goes. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a battle. I can expect that.
And then on Friday, within 24 hours, you'll get back on the court, this time at the Jamestown Civic Center in the Stutsman County Shootout, taking on Napoleon Gackle Streeter. How cool is it for your kids to get to experience the Civic Center and get to be a part of the Stutsman County Shootout?
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, we kind of wanted to get a game down on the Civic Center floor just to kind of mix things up a little bit, and try to play a team we don't normally see. And so when we called, and Michelson called and got us into that, we didn't know who we'd be playing right away. And and then like with Napoleon, we don't know a whole lot about them, but we'll by the time Friday comes around, we'll have some video on them, and we'll be prepared and be ready to go. But it's going to be fun just to get out on the Civic Center and, play on a different floor and in a different venue like that. It's always fun to go down there with all those teams that'll be in Jamestown that day, and it should be a lot of fun.
And last thing before we let you go, one thing that we haven't yet talked about from the weekend, Josh was named MVP of the Ramsey County tournament, and really he is having some season for you guys.
Yeah, he is. And, it's well-deserved award for him, and really happy for him because he works hard, puts in a lot of time, and he's just done a really good job. I mean, even, going back to the summer, once we had to get started and start preparing for this season, he's just picked it up a notch. I mean, he's just really, I feel he's playing his best ball, he's ever played. He's just, seems like he's really on spot on everything. I mean, he's just really playing good basketball, both ends of the floor, defensive end, offensive end. I mean, he's grabbing his rebounds. He's doing all the little things, And on top of that, he handles the ball for us probably 90% of the time. So, I mean, he handles the pressure from the other team and takes care of the basketball and, just kind of makes everything run for us, and he does a very good job. So, yeah, I'm really happy for him, and I think all the kids are, and they feed off of him, too. He's a good teammate, he's a good leader, and it's just, it was a good weekend, and it was nice to see him get that award and cap off the weekend with that.
The Cardinals are on the road at New Rockford Cheyenne Thursday night, 7:15, right here on KDAK, the Cardinal, the mobile app, your smart speaker, and on YouTube. Same 4 ways to watch or listen Friday afternoon at 2:45 against the Imperials of Napoleon Gackle Streeter. Very busy time for Carrington boys basketball. Head coach Jason Otto, good enough to give us some time here on the Carrington Coaches Show. Coach, thanks for doing this, and we'll see you Thursday night in New Rockford.
Thank you, and we appreciate all the coverage. been a lot of fun.
Many thanks to Coach Otto, as well as Coach Broughton, Coach Pasternak, and Josh Bickett for joining us. We're back a week from tonight at 6 right here at Prairie Inn. For the Carrington Coaches Show, I am BJ Walters. Good night from Carrington.
Thank you for joining us for the Carrington Coaches Show, live from the Prairie Inn in Carrington on KDAK The Cardinal and the KDAK The Cardinal YouTube page. If you missed this or any other Carrington Coaches Show, you can always go back and listen to the KDAK podcast page at newsdakota.com and on the KDAK The Cardinal YouTube page. The proceeding has been a presentation of I3G Media Sports.
Oh, yeah, that's for she absolutely. Oh, yeah.
The Cardinal is AM